Hello, everyone. Welcome to Monday Night Twitch. I'm your host, Mike, the WanderingTook. Joining me tonight on this probably not too long of an adventure is Daniel, aka BigFomLof. Hi, Daniel.
Hello. Good evening. Happy New Year, Mike.
Happy New Year. So I'm still on Christmas break, uh, but
Nice.
we needed to do some globetrotting.
Yep,
So
yep.
here we are on our regular Monday. We are probably not going to play a campaign today. I just don't see that happening. But we
Okay.
do have lots of reading, lots and lots of reading. And
Yay.
this should be a fun
Excellent.
one, I think.
Yeah,
So we're just going to get right into it. Last time we spoke, we robbed Amaranth's casino in Monte Carlo.
we did. We really, really did a great job there.
One might say we got away with murder there.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so a little bit of what's going on here. We've got a fair number of keys. I've got the Eye of the Ravens and the Wellspring of Fortune, which is funny because it's not fortune traded, so yes, I can still take it. Rita Young has the Last Blossom and the Mirroring Blade. We did maintain friendship with Ishi, who has the Twisted Antiprism, and Amaranth stole the Weeping Lady from us.
Oh,
That's where we're at so far for keys. If we jump over to the map, holy crap, this is everything in blue is something that
look
we
at
could
where we've
potentially
been.
go to. I know. So everything in brown is something we've been to. Everything in blue is basically a lead. So I'm going to start closing a couple things off to us. So Rome, we know that the reason it's open is because you can go back there, and if you're off track, something happens. We never got that trigger, so I'm just going to close Rome because we are
Okay.
at day 31. We're not getting it.
Okay.
What do we got here? We've got Manokwari was a lead for following the biologist around, I believe. That's rather far away from us now because I don't think we can actually get there within 3 jumps. Oh yeah, we can if we really wanted to. Okay, now you'll
Okay.
notice there's Kabul, Reykjavik, and Quito.
Yes.
Those are all Those are all potential places where the Weeping Lady is, where Amaranth is hiding with it. We have no idea which
Okay.
one it is, and it's a
Okay.
crapshoot whether or not anything happens. Uh,
Sure.
London, there is Agent Quinn. I believe he asked us to meet him there. Agent Quinn is with the Foundation. We got off on the wrong foot because way back at the beginning of the game, we kind of withheld some information from the Foundation.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we can meet up with him in London, which I believe is a free thing that won't cost us time.
Okay.
But the big deal is Tunguska. Tunguska opened up to us really early on. It's a story moment, I believe. Within a week or two, Tunguska opens, and I'm going to read what it says here. You are now allowed to travel to this location whenever you embark. Note: this will end the campaign. You may wish to investigate further before proceeding to Tunguska, but be wary of how much time you spend. Read into that what you
Okay.
will.
Sure.
So, with our calendar, we have day 31 crossed off.
Okay.
Daniel, where'd you like to go?
Well, we need to beeline to Tunguska. Do we agree to that?
I think we do. I think we
Okay.
do.
So that then requires heading northwest back to London.
All right, Daniel. Let us read 27H, Dead and Gone.
I will do this. You arrive in London and follow Agent Quinn's directions to get to the town of Amesbury. Immediately after checking into a hotel, your concierge wordlessly hands you a note with an address by the side of a park on the western side of the historic town. You head there immediately, only to find Agent Ari Quinn sitting in the driver's seat of a Bentley, reading a newspaper and not paying you any heed. Without making a scene, you silently climb into the passenger seat. Finally, been waiting here all day. You're not even sure how Quinn's knew you'd arrived in town, but you suppose the Foundation must have eyes and ears all over every harbor and border checkpoint. You ask her what she's been up to and what she wanted to show you, at which point she starts the Bentley's engine and rolls along the road to the west. You'll see. Just a short drive later, you come to a familiar sight. You should have known. Quinn has taken you to the site of mysterious and prehistoric Stonehenge. A ring of standing stone marks the site, inside which another ring of smaller blue stones seems to serve no particular purpose whatsoever. A few tourists peruse the monument in awe, but it is otherwise quiet. You follow close behind and ask Agent Quinn why she asked you to come all this way. Strange place, is it not? She asks. A rhetorical question. Historians have long debated over the likely function of the landmark, but none know for certain. And as you draw near, she points to the various standing stones and to the concentric ring of smaller stones inside. Almost seems like something is missing. Check the campaign log. Does Agent Quinn not trust the cell?
Quinn does not trust the cell.
So I will go to 2 then, yeah?
Quinn's
demeanor changes when she sees the look in your face. Well, that triggered something. Still going to play it tight-lipped? She heads to the center of the bluestone ring and takes out a small contraption possessing a series of lights along its surface. It lets out several beeps, rising in frequency as she reaches the very center. Yeah, that just about confirms my suspicions, but I'm still missing the why. So enlighten me, since you seem to know more than I do. What the hell could have made part of a structure vanish, not just from existence, but from recorded history as well? The investigators must decide. Tell her the truth or keep our secrets.
What's it going to be, Daniel?
Mike, I'm going to tell her the truth.
All right.
You tell Quinn everything about the entities you were investigating in London, about their presumed connection to the Red Cotorie, all of it. She listens intently, hanging on every word. So these things, let us presume to call them extraterrestrials. When they take something, it vanishes completely. Do you understand what this means? You know a great many conclusions that could be drawn from these events, but you encourage her to continue on her own. Everything we know, everything we can see, it's just what's left. Look at Stonehenge. We have no earthly clue what it is. Maybe that's because it's incomplete. There could have been dozens of other structures erected right where we stand, and humanity would never know. She paces back and forth, agitated. This is my life's work. I studied these kinds of events for over a decade. Paranormal disappearances, dead civilizations. Bloody hell, I'm fluent in a dozen dead languages. I've always assumed these events are a small slice of pie missing from the greater whole. But what if we're only seeing what's left? The tiny slice of pie these creatures haven't stolen. Mike, can you please, in our campaign log, cross off that Agent Quinn does not trust the cell?
Will do.
Can you please remove a squid token from the chaos bat and add a tap?
Will do.
Are there already 4?
There are not. We are now on our 4th.
Oh, okay. All right. Now we check the log. If the cell possesses a mysterious whistle.
We do not.
Okay. I will skip to Dead and Gone 7.
Let me just double check that. I don't think we've.
I don't remember anything about a mysterious whistle.
Okay. Nope.
And we are past the time thing too.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Okay. You and Agent Quinn explore the ruins for some time, jockeying theories and ideas back and forth, but find no further evidence. Each investigator earns 2 XP as they gain insight into the strange happenings around the world. Mark a time in your campaign log. You may embark.
All right. I'm just going to give up. So we actually should have gone here earlier. Let's just head straight to, yeah.
Okay. So then from here, you say it is a free 1-day travel to Moscow, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So we'll go there.
And then to Tunguska.
Now, do we read anything in Moscow again or no?
No, we've already been there, so we don't get to go back.
I see. Okay. And we got to go back to London because the book said we could, right?
Yes.
Okay. And now I believe it is a single-day travel to Tunguska.
All right, let's go to Tunguska here. Let me just double-check the page for this one. 59Z.
59Z? Okay. 59Z, there it is. Finale, Congress of the Keys.
Which page are you on?
I'm on page 59.
59. Okay, so we got a fair bit to do. So Daniel, if you want to keep reading, you can read the beige text, and I'll read the stuff in the blocks.
Okay. Okay. So depending on how you got here, that's where I'm starting, correct?
Yes.
Have we arrived here due to a status report?
No.
Okay. So did we travel here on our own accord, Mike?
We traveled here on our own accord.
Okay, intro 2. You would never have found the secret hideout of the Red Cotorie without the intel Commissioner Taylor sent you. The compound lies deep underground in the heart of Siberia, not far from the mysterious crater that marks the site of the notorious Tunguska event. a blast, or perhaps impact, the true nature of which has been shrouded in mystery for over a decade. Maybe there's a connection between this strange event and the Cotorie's presence. No, knowing the kind of dangerous artifacts the Coterie possesses, there's no doubt in your mind. The question is which came first. The compound's entrance is masked by heavy snow and remote wilderness, but eventually you find it. An unmarked steel door embedded in the side of a snowy hilltop, almost impossible to see from afar. You're surprised to find the door unlocked, but the moment you enter, you are set upon by Coterie guards with suspicious eyes and familiar red clothing. "We've been expecting you," says one of them with a wicked grin. "Come, the Congress is about to begin." You have little choice but to follow. The guards lead you deeper and deeper into the complex, down steep, narrow stairways of worked stone and through dark, drab corridors, until finally you reach a large, windowless chamber lit faintly by mercury vapor lamps. Scarlet tapestries line the walls, along with several glass cases and the shelves containing old relics and historical artifacts. Dominating the room is an enormous central table, an elaborate pattern of lines and rings carved meticulously along its surface. Standing around this central table are a host of figures, some familiar to you, others unrecognizable. All of them bear red. The door leading into the chamber slams shut behind you, and your heart surges in your throat. "Your timing is impeccable," a voice among the gathered coterie states. "We were just about to begin the vote." You inquire as to the nature of this vote, your mouth suddenly dry. You cannot shake the feeling that you have come here merely to look at your own doom in the eyes. A meeting has been called to account for your crimes against the coterie, or to be commended if that is the will of the Congress. We will now entertain any who wish to speak on your behalf or against you. From behind, you are suddenly restrained and a gag is placed over your mouth. "Just a formality, I promise you," the guard drawls with a grin. Proceed to the trial one.
All right, so here's what we're going to
Okay,
do. Daniel, just read the first part, and I'm going to start setting up for how I'm going to introduce all
sure.
this stuff.
Okay, trial one. The coterie casts votes to determine your fate. Oh, okay.
Yep.
All right.
So we're going to read a whole bunch of passages here as the Congress determines our fate. So I'm going to put out as many people as possible, and we're going to meet up on the map space, Daniel.
Meet up on the map. Okay.
Yep. And it's really important to get everything done correctly because
Sure.
that will determine the setup for the final scenario. So I'm going to grab all the keys. I don't know why I don't have... Well, am I echoing?
Nope. That's me.
Okay.
But things on TTS are loading strangely.
Oh, I see what's going on. Because I opened up bags of stuff.
Okay.
There we go. Yeah, I'm totally echoing on
So
you.
you're putting things on the map?
I will be.
Okay.
All right, let's do that. That. All right.
This is exciting.
The first people to speak. Let's check the campaign log first of all. Did the cell aid the knight? No. Did the cell fail to fend off the beast? No. If you haven't seen the last of the Claret Knight? No. If the dogs are at war? No. All right. So if none of the above are true. "I do not take pleasure in violence," says an elderly, well-dressed man in red. This is the Claret Knight in the middle. "I believe these before us might be valuable assets." On the opposite end of the table, a crimson-hooded figure rumbles. That is why you are weak. Its countenance, shrouded in shadow, turns to acknowledge you. In the dim light, all you see is a set of terrible, dripping fangs. Blood must flow. The Claret Knight votes nay. The beast in a crimson cowl votes yay.
I'm having a feeling that yay is not good for us.
Probably not. Okay.
All right.
So now we flip a coin.
Okay.
I'm just going to roll a dice here, and we're going to see who the bearer of the key is. And that is the Claret Knight is now the bearer of the Light of Pharos.
Okay.
We have no idea what this is because we didn't do that quest.
We didn't do this quest, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
All right.
I'll just keep it like this. And I'm going to put the yays on one side and the nays on the other. All right. Next up
Is our good friend Ehe.
Yeah, where did she go?
I don't know, but she likes us.
You're right, she does like us.
Okay.
And she must not be in that set because... Oh, I know what it is. Yeah, because there's no villain side for her. Okay.
Okay.
So Ishii says, Ishii trusts the cell.
Yep.
Ishii steps forward and clears her throat. I reached out to the Foundation because the twisted antiprism hidden in Istanbul was in danger of being found by a third party. These are the agents who responded. Rather than take the artifact for themselves, they chose to hand it over to my custody. I believe them to be trustworthy and, unlike some of our members, morally upstanding individuals. Ishii votes nay. All right,
Thanks, E.
so I'm going to also grab the twisted antiprism. This is going to represent Ishii.
Okay.
Down here.
Great.
All right.
Okay.
If you haven't seen The Last of Amaranth, which is absolutely the case, let's grab Amaranth here. Amaranth, by the way, is holding our Weeping Lady.
Our thing. Our Weeping Lady.
Amaranth grins wickedly as her eyes fall on you. Oh, I've been waiting for this moment, she drawls, her eyes flashing. Meddlesome fools, did you think your interference in our plans would go unpunished? Amaranth enthusiastically votes yay. All right. If you haven't seen The Last of Thorne, we don't know who Thorne is. So I'm going to pull out Thorne.
Okay.
The one wearing a red cravat with platinum blonde hair to match their sheet white skin speaks next. I've had no dealings with these people before us, they say, gesturing toward you. It would be foolish of me to vote one way or another without knowing firsthand of their capabilities and trustworthiness. As such, I will sit this one out. Thorne abstains, and Thorne is the bearer of the Sable glass.
Okay.
So we're going to put Thorne probably, I don't know.
Let's put him up top. Abstain
top
will
here.
be like, above us. Yeah.
There's going to be 4 categories eventually.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so abstain is up.
Yeah. All right. Aliki. Do we have anything about Aliki? I don't think we do.
I don't think so.
All right.
Not a name I remember.
From the shadows emerges a gossamer figure, dressed in white, a golden-hued blade sheathed on her back and a veil of raven hair over her eyes. Her scarlet sash drifts along a breezeless wind. Her words are heralded by a shrill, muted whistling. And she speaks in a language you have never heard before. One of the Coterie who seem to understand her tallies this as a vote against you. Aliki votes yay. All right.
Well, that's not cool.
Before resolving any of the next options, is Desi in our debt? Yes. Yes, he is.
Yes.
This is where you flip Desi. Lucky for us, we do know that we had done Desi's story, so we actually knew without a doubt that he was on the good side.
Yep.
So there's a sudden flare of a match as Desi lights a cigarette. These ones are all right, he says. There's bigger shit going on here. Almost got snatched by you-know-what back in Havana. They helped me out. Not that I needed it or anything. Point is, they had my back. Desidario votes nay. All right. If the cell meddled in Aberan's affairs...
Oh, we did.
Yeah, we sure did. In fact, I'm gonna grab a doom token, which will represent Aberan here.
Okay.
Suddenly, the large, imposing figure of Amaranth Erigoriokokoa slams his fist on the ceremonial table in the center of the chamber. These interlopers, they tried to ruin me, tried to take away my fortune, my chosen. His face is flushed red and trembling with rage, his knuckles white. I will punish them myself. I will rip them limb from limb. I will. The man continues his rant for some time before his rage simmers to indignation. Amaranth votes yay.
What a surprise!
All right. No matter what. You cannot see the red-gloved man's face, but you imagine a great and terrible smile. The red-gloved man remains eerily silent. He's going to be our fourth category, eerily silent
Okay.
folk.
Eerily silent.
If the cell knows the true nature of the coterie, I don't believe we have that. Then you would skip the trial, the rest of it. Otherwise, if 3 or more coterie members are eerily silent, that is not the case. There's only the
That
one.
is not the case.
So we proceed as normal with the rest of the trial.
Mike, I don't think we've seen the last of La Chica Roja.
We have not. All right. You almost didn't notice La Chica Roja standing between 2 of the other coterie members, enshrined in darkness. She tips the rim of her hat over her eyes, but a smirk plays on her lips. These ones thought they could catch me, just like the coppers and the feds. Another voice on the opposite of the table, belonging to a balding man with red spectacles, rises to challenge her. This is the Sanguine Watcher, who we never saw, by the way, but he was in that adventure. They were interfering with coterie business, he growls. Nay, she replies. They were interfering with a personal grudge. If you got a problem with me, Red Eyes, take it up with me, not them. La Chica Roja abstains, and the Sanguine Watcher votes yay.
Oh no. Well, I would have appreciated her voting nay.
Oh, but we didn't get her on our side. We hadn't seen the last of her.
Yep. Now, Su Song Yang, we have not ever seen.
We have not.
Okay.
A woman holding a red parasol over her head speaks next, with a charming, alluring voice. I am sorry, she begins, her glamour captivating the entire audience. But why are we wasting our time with such a paltry matter? Hope rises in your heart that you might speak some reason. Just end them and be done with it, she says, without even gazing your way. Your hopes shatter. Susan Yang votes, yay. She is the
She's
bearer,
the bearer,
the
Shade
Shade Reaper. Yay.
Oh boy.
Okay, if Tuili Masai is on your side, I don't believe we've done anything with Tuili.
Never met her. I imagine she's
Yep.
in Kenya or something. We
No.
didn't go there, right?
A thin, clean-cut gentleman with dark skin and striking red glasses steps out of the shadows. While this entire ritual smacks of boarding school antics, I believe that any threat to the coterie should be dealt with swiftly and humanely. They are too dangerous to let go. Tweedly votes yay. Well, I don't know about you, Daniel, but I think the
seems
yays
like a lot of the yays have it. Okay.
All right.
So let's see.
The liability.
Depending on the votes cast, proceed as follows. If it is a tie, or if the yays have it, you've been deemed a liability. Proceed to trial 2. If the nays have it and a whole bunch of things, that is not true.
Oh, yeah, just go straight to
Now, Mike, I noticed that we hadn't met a lot of people in this adventure.
Yes. Yes. There are we didn't meet the man, the Sanguine Watcher, because you basically have to do Argentina perfectly to see him. And then the scenario kind of changes. The Claret Knight and the Beast are in Dogs of War, which I believe is Alexandria. Susan Yang is in Kuala Lumpur or Hong Kong. I can't remember which one because you have to follow her around a bit.
Okay.
And Thorne is over in Anchorage.
Okay, great.
Aliki, no idea. I think I'm totally forgetting where Aliki is.
Okay. With the voting complete, you're shoved to the floor. You struggle against your bonds, but are unable to free yourself and vastly outnumbered sides. There's no hope of escape. A cold blade is placed at the edge of your neck. You who seek to harm our noble cause have been accused and charged with numerous crimes against the Coterie, a voice states with dreadful gravity. The blade bites against your skin. A trail of blood trickles down your neck. The punishment is death. May the crimson stain of your legacy be washed away. You close your eyes and brace yourself. Just then, a crash. Shouting and sounds of battle erupt throughout the room, a storm of clashing steel and gunfire. You are sent reeling as your would-be executioner is attacked by an unseen foe. You struggle again to free yourself, but are unable, until moments later when you are dragged out of the chamber, your bonds are cut, and you are brought to your feet by none other than the woman in the vermilion veil herself. Ehe ushers you down the hall, whispering over the chaos of the battle. We have to get out of here. Several of the others who wear red follow in your way the entire time. You ask what's going on as another rumble shudders.
Daniel, you're skipping out. Do you want to reset your audio?
Yep, give me a second. Can you hear me?
All right, just start that paragraph over.
Sure. You ask what is going on as another rumble shudders throughout the halls. The one with the red gloves, she trails off, her hand trembling as she grips your arm. He's not what we thought he was. The man always creeped me out, but to think, how could we have known? You ask her to start again, slower. He attacked us, she says, meeting your gaze as you duck into a quiet hall filled with scarlet tapestries. The others fought him off, but there was something strange about him. He was not human. It was something else entirely. It stole as many implements as it could and escaped like... She shudders. Just like one of the creatures we seek to destroy. Thoughts run unbidden through your mind. If the man with the red gloves, or whatever it truly is after the remaining keys, you have to stop it at any cost. You pull away from Ehe and begin marching back. What are you doing? She calls out. The rest of them won't show you any more mercy, you know, but your intentions are clear. If you're going after that thing, one of the others says to you, then we're coming too. Mike, can you please record that the cell escaped the Red Cotorie?
I will, and then it'll be setup number 1.
Setup V1, yep.
All right, so we're not going to do this whole one because it's a long one, and I don't want us being tired late at night for the end of this one.
Fair.
Things will go very badly,
Fair.
but I wanted to have some fun with the trial.
Oh, that was great.
Yes. And
so, does every Scarlet Keys campaign end here?
Yes. One way or another, it ends. You're either knocked unconscious and brought here, or you come here of your own accord. Okay. And I believe you're penalized by another cultist token.
Okay.
So just a heads up for what's going to be happening here.
I still have 11 XP to spend now, dude.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, we're at 11 now. So every coterie that voted against us basically gets shuffled into the encounter deck. And I think one of them starts in play engage with us, and one of them is in the shadows. Like we get ambushed pretty heavily.
Even though we're actually trying to save them?
It's a bit of a brawl right now. There's lots of things going on.
Okay.
But we do get, for the people that are on our side, we get them as allies.
Okay. Our list of allies runs thin.
It does, but we also get their keys, which is going to be useful for later on in the scenario.
Okay.
Yeah, and then there's a bunch of setup and stuff. Okay, so
wow.
So there you have it.
It's going to be a long night in a week, isn't it?
Longish. I mean, we don't have to read any of the setups, so we'll be able to hit the ground running. But yeah, there's definitely it's a multi-parter. So yeah, I think we played enough of the story to get the gist of what was going on, because we saw firsthand that the mimicry, the thing was trying to get Desi, and clearly it's the Red Glove Man. And at the moment, it is only the Red Glove Man, so that's good. The trial can end early if the entity has taken over at least 3 of them. I haven't got that ending yet, but there's 3 different setups for this gun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's cool stuff.
That's fun.
It is.
This will be exciting next week, everybody. Hope you can make it.
Oh yeah, it'll be a brawl. All right. Well, with that, let's go level up and get ready to crack some heads.
See you next week, everybody.
Good night, everybody.